Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, who made all of this? The bright sun, the glowing moon, the huge oceans, the tallest mountains, the tiny butterflies, the roaring lions, even you. Well, today we're going back to the very beginning. Before there were people, before there were animals, before there were trees, before there was even light. This is the incredible story of how God created the world in 7 days. Let's begin. A long, long time ago, before time as we know it, there was nothing. No earth, no sky, no oceans, no birds, no dinosaurs, no people. Everything was dark and empty. But God was already there. God has always existed. He didn't need anyone to create him. He simply was. Then God decided to create something wonderful. He spoke only 4 powerful words. Let there be light. Suddenly, bright light filled the darkness. Imagine being in a completely dark room, and then someone turns on the biggest light you've ever seen. Everything changes instantly. God looked at the light. It was good. He separated the light from the darkness. The light became day. The darkness became night. That was the very first day. Can you imagine seeing the first sunrise ever? How amazing would that be? The next day, God looked at the endless waters. He created the sky above them. Beautiful blue skies stretched farther than anyone could see. Clouds floated gently. The heavens were ready. Now there was a place where birds would one day fly. A place where the sun would shine. A place filled with beauty. That was day 2. On the 3rd day, something exciting happened. God gathered all the water together. The dry land appeared. The oceans, rivers, lakes, and seas took their places. Mountains rose high into the sky. Valleys stretched across the land. Beaches formed beside the water. The earth was beginning to look beautiful. But God wasn't finished. He spoke again. The ground suddenly filled with green grass. Tiny flowers opened their colorful petals. Huge trees reached toward the sky. Apple trees, fig trees, palm trees. Every kind of plant began to grow. Can you imagine watching an entire forest appear in just seconds? Everything God made was good. That was day 3. By now, the earth looked amazing. But something was still missing. There was no sun shining during the day. There were no stars sparkling at night. So on day 4, God created the sun. It became the great light for daytime. Its warm rays would help plants grow and keep the earth warm. Then God created the moon. It would softly light the night. Finally, God filled the sky with countless stars. Not just hundreds, not thousands, billions and billions of stars. Some are so far away that their light travels for years before reaching Earth. Yet God knows every single one. He even knows them by name. Isn't that incredible? Day 5 was full of life. God filled the oceans first. Tiny fish, colorful fish, huge whales, friendly dolphins, sea turtles, octopuses, every creature that swims. Imagine seeing the first whale jump out of the water. Then God looked toward the sky. Suddenly, birds flew everywhere. Tiny hummingbirds, strong eagles, colorful parrots, graceful swans, funny penguins. Every bird filled the air with beautiful songs. God blessed them and told them to multiply. The oceans and skies were now full of life. But there was still one more place waiting. The land. Day 6 became one of the most exciting days of all. God created every kind of land animal. Fast horses, playful puppies, curious cats, gentle sheep, powerful elephants, tall giraffes, funny monkeys, striped zebras, slow turtles, busy ants, colorful butterflies. Every animal was different. Every animal was special. Every animal was exactly the way God wanted it to be. Can you imagine Adam seeing all those animals for the first time? But God had one final creation, the most special one of all. God said, "Let us make mankind in our image." Then God carefully formed the first man from the dust of the ground. His name was Adam. God breathed the breath of life into him. Adam opened his eyes. He was alive. This was different from everything else God had created. People were made to know God, to love him, to care for his creation. God gave Adam a beautiful home called the Garden of Eden. It was filled with rivers, flowers, trees, and delicious fruit. Everything was perfect. But God saw that Adam shouldn't be alone. So while Adam was sleeping, God created Eve, the first woman. Now Adam had someone to share life with. Together they cared for the garden. They talked with God. Everything was peaceful. There was no sickness, no sadness, no fear, no pain, no fighting, only joy. Everything God had created was perfect. When God looked at everything he had made, the sky, the oceans, the stars, the animals, Adam, Eve, he said it was very good. Then came day 7. Did God stop because he was tired? No, God never gets tired. Instead, he rested to show us something important. Work is good, but rest is also good. God blessed the 7th day and made it special. Even today, many people set aside time to rest, worship God, and spend time with their families because of what happened on that very first 7th day. Have you ever wondered why sunsets are so beautiful? Why flowers smell so sweet? Why birds sing every morning? Why snowflakes are all different? Why no two fingerprints are exactly the same? The Bible reminds us that God's creation is full of amazing details. Every butterfly wing, every tiny flower, every giant mountain, every shining star, they all remind us of God's wisdom and power. And here's something even more amazing. Out of everything God created, you are special. God knows your name. He knows your smile. He knows your dreams. He knows when you're happy. He knows when you're afraid. And he loves you more than you can imagine. The world around us is like a giant picture that reminds us of God's love and creativity. Every sunrise is a new beginning. Every rainbow reminds us of his promises. Every star points to his greatness. The next time you see a bird flying, or hear the ocean waves, or watch the sun rise, remember the incredible story of creation. Everything began because God spoke, and everything he made had a purpose, including you. Thank you for joining us on this amazing adventure through the 7 days of creation. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Bible Toons, and ring the bell so you never miss another exciting Bible adventure. Next time, we'll discover what happened to Adam and Eve in the beautiful Garden of Eden, and how one choice changed the world forever. We'll see you in the next Bible adventure. God bless you.